Hey, what's going on, guys? Alex here, back for another video. And in this video, I want to talk about the importance of follow-up. And I know that's such a cliche, right? The importance of follow-up. But I want to talk about why it's so important and my own experience with it. So what kind of brought this about, I just had a conversation today with a landlord. She was a really nice lady. I'm actually going to post a call probably sometime this week. She's not motivated at all. You know, she owns many houses that are free and clear, and she has no motivation really to even need to unload. But the option is there for her, right? Whenever she wants to sell a house or two, then she could do it. She's also a real estate agent. And I just kind of planted a seed in her mind that if you did want to sell, you know, this could be a good way as far as what we do when we wholesale lease options. We can offer them full retail. We can get them a buyer for the home, not necessarily a traditional renter. She's actually going through an eviction right now with one of her homes, and it could be a clean, much easier way to get top dollar for it. And just, you know, I kind of planted that seed in her mind. A year or two from now, she'd be able to cash out some of the homes and have lump sum while she's still cash flowing some of their other homes. It's a, you know, it's a decent option for her. And she gave me permission to follow up with her, you know, in a few months. And I was just thinking, I'm like, wow. Before, I probably wouldn't have saved her as a lead, right? Before, when I would contact these sellers, it's either are they ready to book an appointment this week or not, or 30 days even, you know, then I'll save them. But I threw away so many leads that had it come to this point and I was ready to follow up with them this week, I probably have a deal there or two. And in this case, with this landlord, if I continually follow up with her and build a relationship with her, she's going to eventually sell her properties to someone, right? And like I said, if this is a good option for her, which I'll have to dig in a little more as far as her reasons why she'd want to sell and you know, go from there, then she could unload multiple properties through me. So that got me thinking, and then I was just thinking about the contracts that I've signed so far. I've closed one deal, right? And that one deal was actually pretty lucky. I mean, that one I booked on the spot. I went to the house 2 days later. I got the contract signed, and then within 30 days, the seller actually found the buyer, and we were able to close that one. That was lucky. All the other contracts that I've signed probably 8 or 9 at this point, have not happened that quickly. It's taken at least a few weeks, maybe even months. Right, so the reason I'm telling you this is because I know a lot of you, like me, when I was just first brand new, I didn't want to follow up. I didn't want to do business with people that weren't ready to do business today or tomorrow, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. It's going to cost you a lot, because if you're not in this for at least the next 6 months to a year, then you're missing out on your business. Very rarely is that one hit going to happen within the first week, and almost always it's going to take weeks. It's going to take them to digest the information. It's going to take them to go through the process of trying to sell on their own, or even trying to rent a property on their own, or having a bad tenant, and then them contacting you, reaching out to you afterwards to finally do it. That's what happened to my last contract. The last contract I signed was a house, $700,000 house. I had a conversation with the owner. I sent them a couple options. They weren't ready yet. I didn't even follow up with them. I got lucky. He followed up with me. He tried on the market for, I think, a couple months, and then he reached out to me, and he was ready to go. And then I went to the house. We talked more, and then I got the contract, and I'm still advertising that house today. So don't try to be lucky, right? Don't try to be lucky. Follow up. You know, and you don't need a fancy follow-up system, fancy follow-up database that you pay for. All you need is something that's going to remind you, something where you could input a date and say, well, you save their information and input a date where it's going to remind you to call that person sometime in the future. That's all you need for a follow-up system. I use Podio I have to be better at using Podio and checking that every single day. I think there's a way where it can actually send me an email of who I need to follow up with that day. But it's crucial. It's crucial that you save your leads and that you plan to not do business with anyone for at least 60 to 90 days. And I know that sucks to hear. You know, it's not sexy, right? That, when I talk to someone the first time I talk to them, I'm probably not going to get a contract from them in probably 60 to 90 days. And then after I get the contract, I'm going to probably have to wait another 30, maybe 60 days just to get a buyer for it. It sucks to hear that, but that's the truth. And anyone who tells you could do a deal within 30 days, yeah, it's possible. You know, I think the one that I did was just right around 30 days, but it's not the norm. It's not realistic. And if you go in there with the right expectations, then you're not going to get frustrated. You're going to have patience and you're going to stick with the plans. You know, if you make 15 to 20 contacts a week, that should lead hopefully to an appointment a week. And then from those appointments and from all those leads and all those options that are offers that you're sending people, months down the line, some of them are going to reach back to you. You're most likely going to have to reach out to them just to remind them that you're still interested. And hey, remember what we spoke about? Is this still a good option for you, or are we still planning on moving? You know, whatever the reason for them selling, bring that up in your follow-up conversation and see if they're still interested. And that's where you're gonna be able to do a consistent amount of deals every single month, where your business is predictable. So plant a flag in the ground, knowing that you're probably not gonna do your first deal from a conversation with a seller until 90 days down the road, and you're probably not gonna be consistent closing deals every single month until 6 months down the road to a year, maybe, you know. That way you'll have the patience and the fortitude, and you'll keep at it. You'll stick with the right habits. The right habits are making seller contacts every day and making offers every single week. And if you just keep at it, then it's going to start harvesting, right? So plant the seeds, wait and be patient. Don't expect everything to happen overnight, and know that it's not going to be an overnight thing. So I guess that's all I wanted to share for this one. Again, it's crucial to manage your own expectations, and I know I'm kind of just running around in circles right now with this, but it's important. It's super important, because had someone told me this, then I wouldn't have wasted so much time and so many leads and been so frustrated. Not that I'm in a position where, you know, I don't consider myself an expert. I always say I'm a novice at this. You know, take my advice lightly. I'm just sharing my experience with you in this terms business, and I hope it's helpful for you. So follow up really is the key, and having patience is very important. So I guess that's all I had. Thanks for watching. I'll post that call as an example in the next video. So it might be tomorrow, might be a couple days from now. So look out for that call as well. And yeah, again, thanks for watching, guys. Look out for the next one.